Hello everybody, happy Saturday. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope it's lovely weather where you are. It's a little bit cold and dreary here, but actually it's quite nice after all that crazy heat we've had lately. I hope you're interested in a fun-packed weekend. We've got loads and loads of bits and pieces for you. We've got Play Your Crafts Right today. We've got some, I think, hopefully, a great game that hopefully I'm going to win. Because I was very disappointed last week when I didn't win at all, but I have been talking to Lily and we both feel that we're probably not going to win because I have, of course, the lovely Lily here today. Hello, Lily, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. I must say I'm not particularly looking forward to the game. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't have a great track record with Play Your Crafts Right, but I'm sure we're going to have lots of fun. And amongst all that, we've got lots of lovely crafting as well, which is a lot easier, a lot more enjoyable. So we've got lots of lovely products on today's shows. At 2 o'clock, we've actually got a masterclass on animal antics. So we're going to be bringing you lots. How cute is
that? That is lovely, isn't it?
Absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to be showing you some colouring techniques. We're going to be bringing in some of our tri-blend brush pens with lots of different animal-themed stamps and dies. So if you're wanting something really quite sweet to add into your crafty stash, lovely different shaped cards as well. We're going to be showing you how to create using our tri-fold apertures. I mean, look at this little pair. How sweet do they look? Just adorable. We're going to be creating some really sweet makes on our masterclass, and as well on our Play Your Crafts Right, we're going to be taking a little look at some of the products we've got coming up. Holland's going to be featuring with some of our stamps and dies on our masterclass as well, and also we've got our fabulous illustrated animals, so something a little bit different, but I think there's something absolutely for everybody in that masterclass. And of course later on Tiffany's going to be joining us for a fabulous craft house. So it's going to be a great day here on Crafters TV. I hope you can join us. Like Becky said, the weather here is, let's be honest, it's rubbish, so perfect weather to stay in craft and join us at Crafters TV.
Absolutely. And we do have some fantastic deals for you. So we do have a penny sale on at the moment. So if you have a look at the website, you'll be able to buy one item and get another item for just 1 penny. So that is a fantastic deal. But have a look at the details on the website. You can see exactly what's there. And that finishes at midnight tomorrow night. We've also got a Riddle Me This quiz. So if you've been watching some of the other shows, you would have seen this already. This actually finishes on midnight tomorrow as well. So all you need to do is you need to guess the riddle, then you need to put that into the search bar of our website, and it will take you to that product with a fantastic deal there. Now, here is today's riddle. I hope you're going to be better at this than I am. I'm a collectible surprise you just can't miss, jam-packed with projects and colourful bits. Watercolour, rainbow brights, sparkle and more. Pick up your favourite to sketch, colour and draw. What am I? Wow, that's quite tricky, isn't it? That could be quite a few different things, but I'm sure at home you're going to be getting that right. But if you do get it, pop it in the comments and let us know. Show us how clever you are. We are having lots of people coming in and saying hello. Susanna says good morning all. Katie, good morning all. Lynn Harvey, hi Becky, Lily and the CTV team. Suzanne says hello everyone and happy Saturday to you from... She didn't say that. Happy Saturday to you all from sunny Leicester. And Karen says good morning all from Alabama. Good morning everybody. I hope you're having a lovely day. Now we do have, of course, because it's the weekend, we have a fantastic weekend super saver, and these are the items just in front of me here. So these are your Gemini lattice folding die collection. You've got 6 different dies here. So you've got best ever price. You've got the star lattice, the double diamond, the chevron, the circle, the opulence and the double loop there. So everything you could possibly want with those type of dies. So it's a 45% saving on that. That's a huge saving. So price is £26 or $32, or the platinum price is £20.80 or $25.60. So fantastic. And I think they're really lovely. I haven't seen those in action. I'm looking forward to perhaps seeing those in action a little bit later on, Lily, these lattice folding dies.
I mean, we could do perhaps, yeah, but they're super easy to put together, and you will find lots of videos. If you look back on our Crafters TV pages on our website, you'll find lots of videos, and they are so easy. But a fabulous price, a fabulous deal on those. I have to say, I do love a little bit of lattice folding, so if you've not tried that before, definitely do have a little look at that one.
They look complicated, but they're very easy.
Yeah, I love things like that. They look a lot harder.
I've got something very exciting to tell you. Da da da! A3 multi-purpose card. So this launched yesterday, and I know you've all been waiting for this. So this is our A3 card. This is our multi-purpose white card. You've got 30 sheets there, 300 GSM. It's £12.99 or $14.95 or $10.39 or $11.96. I think everybody has bought some. Lily, you were saying you already bought some.
Yeah.
Debbie's bought some.
Yeah.
I haven't bought any yet, so I'm just going to have to pop out in a few minutes and place my order because this is something we've been waiting for a really long time. So pop it in your basket whilst you can and whilst it's still available. Now we're going to have a look at the Lee Holland characters that we've got on the show. So these are our stamp and dies, and Lily's going to be showing us a little demonstration with those in a moment. This is the Spring Has Sprung collection here. These are absolutely gorgeous. So you've got these very small dies to cut up these really beautiful characters, and when we say cute, they really are cute. They are absolutely gorgeous, these little animals that you could create all sorts of different things with. Lots of decorations on your scrapbooking, but also for your card making as well. This next one is your On Your Special Day collection. So you've got lovely sort of marrying mice, because they always need to get married, don't they? And all your sort of your woodland creatures on there with all those little embellishments like the wedding bells and the flowers as well. This one, I think it's so cute. This is family time with the little babies and bunnies in here, really, really cute. And then this final one here is birthday wishes. So you've got all that little bunting there would work really well on lots of different projects that you might be doing. Again, you're going to be getting all those stamps and all those dies as well. And so the platinum price for this today is £21.60 or $28.80. Really good price on this one as well. And this is going to be your first demo, isn't it, Lily? With these.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Exciting.
I absolutely love this collection. I have to say I've been a fan of Lee Holland's stamps for a long time. He's actually very well known as a children's illustrator, so it's really, really exciting that we can actually get these stamps here in physical stamp form for us to be able to play with, and to have the matching dies as well makes it even better. So I want to show you how we can actually use lots of the different sets within the collection. I'm actually going to use all 4 sets of stamps and dies to build up this particular card. I'd like to show you how we can create our concept cards and really build up a scene using these fabulous stamps and dies. So I'm going to start with the birthday wishes stamp and die set, and what you'll find within each of the sets within the collection, not only do you get the stamps and that beautiful hand-drawn artwork, you've got images, you've got sentiments as well to finish off your projects, so lots and lots of detail within there, but you do also get the matching dies as well. So if you're not into your fussy cutting, then this is going to make it really, really easy to cut these images out for you and get that perfect finish every single time. So Becky did just mention this lovely bunting stamp, and I have to say this is one of my favourites because you can just use it with absolutely anything. I think most of my cards that I make with this range, I tend to have this stamp featuring somewhere, and it looks great paper pieced as well. So if you stamp it once onto your perhaps your white card, and then stamp it a couple more times onto some of your pattern papers or your coloured card, and you can paper piece, just snip into the little bits, the triangles of the bunting.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It looks lovely, especially if you want it to match your backing papers perfectly. It just gives you a really nice finish. And what I'm doing here is I'm using my 8x8 inch magnetic stamp platform, which you will find on our website. I'm stamping out onto some of our Nina cardstock, and I'm using one of our alcohol-proof ink pads. You'll also find these on the website, and I'm using Pebble, and this is an alcohol-proof dye-based ink. We're going to be using our tri-blends to colour with, so when we're colouring with alcohol-based pens like our tri-blends, we want our Nina cardstock, nice smooth cardstock to colour onto, and then we need an alcohol-proof ink pad. We do have 4 different colours within the finesse range of alcohol proof. You've got your flagstone, you've got your black, your pebble and your rustic brown, and I've gone for pebble just as almost like a cross between, I always think of it as a cross between a grey and a grey and a brown really, so it gives you quite a nice subtle finish. I mean, sometimes, especially with imagery like this, you don't always want a real harsh black line. You want something that's a little bit more subtle, a little bit more muted, and this colour ink pad's going to be perfect for that.
That's a good idea, because we always sort of think of black, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes it's a bit too stark.
Absolutely. It's been a little bit of a challenge I've set myself the past few months to try and stop stamping in black so much. I've got so many different colours of ink pads and I'm trying to use them a little bit more, so trying to mix it up a bit. But you can see we've got our matching die, so very, very easily, all we need to do is just lie our die over the top of our stamped image, just matching it up, so if you can see the line. We need to move it ever so slightly so you basically can't see any of the lines as the die is covering those stamp lines, and then just use a little bit of low tack tape that into position so the die is not going to move, and then we can really easily run that through our die cutter machine. Now, as Becky said earlier, these are quite small stamps, so great for building up your seams, but it also means that you can use your smaller format machines. So if you do have your little mini machine, perhaps you're crafting on a lap tray, or you're crafting on the go, maybe crafting out in the garden, maybe not today, but if the weather's a little bit nicer, then these are going to be perfect. Because you can use your smaller machines with these. So you can see how easy it is to actually die cut that image.
That's
we get
gorgeous,
that perfect design. I mean, I could cut that out. It would take a little bit of time, and also the second time I cut it out, I'd probably be sick of cutting out by then, and you would not get the same finished result the second time round. And as well, if you are wanting your makes to be a little bit quicker, then using your dies is absolutely perfect. It gives you that perfect finished result every single time. Now I'm going to do a little bit of colouring, so I'm taking some of our tri-blend brush pens, and this is the Hydrangea blend, and you will find these, they are on the Masterclass show, so you'll find them on the Shop the Day page on our website. We've got them in individual packs or in a collection as well. Perhaps you're new to our tri-blend pens, then these are going to be a great place to start. These are the sort of brush version of our tri-blend range, and what we mean by tri-blends is that we've basically got 3 pens within one. So within the one barrel, we've got a light, which I've just used to colour in part of that image. We've got a mid-tone and a dark tone. And it basically means that instead of having 3 pens, we only need to have the one, and the 3 colours that we've got within that one pen all blend together beautifully. They're all part of the same colour family. So it allows us to get that lovely smooth blend transition from light to dark without having to match different pens, without having to really understand the numbering and the lettering system that we've got within our spectrum and our range. We know that if we choose one pen, the 3 tones within there are all going to blend together beautifully. And all I've done is I've gone over with the lightest colour, and then I've gone for the mid-tone, and I've gone about halfway down, and then I'm just going for the darkest tone, and I'm adding that at the very, very top of the bunting, just to give that effect that it's got light and shade and it's got shape to that bunting.
I love that colour. It's a really pretty colour, isn't it?
Gorgeous, isn't it? So that's our Hydrangea blend. Lovely, lovely colour. Really nice purple. Very crafter's companion.
It is totally on brand.
Absolutely, always. I do love my purple. You can see how easy it is to shade with that. I've taken some of the other stamps within the collection. This is our lovely little badger. I want to say a badger, I think. Lovely, sweet little image there. We're going to colour him in as well.
Cute.
So cute. They've got such personality, don't they?
Yeah.
And I think that's something that you'll find with all of Lee Holland's imagery. We've got some other stamps coming up on Masterclass this afternoon, and it's the same with those. They've got such personality, such character. I know they're animals, but you can almost see sort of family members in them. They've got that mischievous feel about them, and they are such fun to colour as well. And with them being fairly small images, perhaps if you're new to colouring, it's not overwhelming. There's not a lot of open space, and that can sometimes be a little bit daunting if we are not particularly experienced with our colouring. So these are going to be absolutely great, even if you are a new crafter. So we've taken our brown grey blend, not so easy to say at this time on a Saturday morning, and we're just going to shade around this image. So I've gone in with my lightest colour first. I do tend to work from light to dark, so I'll lay down that sort of base layer of your lightest colour and then just work up the tones to start to really add in some depth and dimension, bringing in the light and shade into this image. So
you make it look very easy.
It is. It is genuinely is really easy. All I'm doing is I'm just following the lines that the artist has already laid down for us. So all the clues are already within that stamped image. I'm not having to sort of guess where the light and shade is. The key thing is I'm not overcomplicating it. I'm not sitting down and wondering where the light source is or anything like that. I'm just following the lines that are already within that stamped image. I always say where there's more lines, it's going to be darker, there's going to be more shadow, so we're going to add more of our dark tones tones, and I'm literally just going in and shading round. I'm now using the darkest colour within this particular pen. I'm just going around the very edges, giving him a little bit of shape. And even though it is quite a small image, they are very easy still to colour in. We've got, with our tri-blend brush pens, we've got that lovely fine nib at the end, so that lovely quality brush tapers to a very fine point, so you can still get into all the detail within these smaller stamps, and you don't need to worry about going outside the lines when you're using your tri-blend brush pens.
They suddenly become alive when you start
they do, don't
putting
they?
some colour down. But I think people are a bit of afraid. I mean, I certainly was quite afraid when you start to colour, whether I might, like you say, getting the light source right, but because we put one of those marks on those stamps, you just follow that routine where you've got a mark already. That's where you need to put in a bit more colour, and you can then develop from there, can't you?
Absolutely, it is so easy to colour with these. So you saw how easy that was to colour, came together so quickly.
Yeah.
And all I've done is I've gone ahead and I've done the same process. So I've actually used all of these stamp sets within the collection. Just goes to show we need them all. You know what I'm like as a crafter, I've got to have absolutely everything. Can't just have one set. You will find them as individuals on the website, but at that price, why not have them all? And I've stamped them all out again onto Nina with the same pebble ink pad. And I've used my tri-blend brush pens on all of those just to colour my images in. But we're going to leave those to one side for just a moment. I'm going to start to build up our card. So I did say earlier about how we can do our different concept cards, and that's exactly what we're going to do with this one. So you might have tuned into our, it was Masterclass on Thursday. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Thursday, with our lovely Debbie Fisher, and she did a lovely Nature's Garden Masterclass. And if you picked up our Nature's Garden Gnomes collection, you may very well recognise this background paper. That's from our Garden Gnomes 12 by 12 inch pad. And I was saying earlier in the week when I was on Wake Up Call, how much I use this particular paper pad for all my scenes, and it just goes to show how you can work it in with all your other stamps that you've got within your collection. So the matte and layer is, the scene is 5.5 inches. We've matte and layered it onto 5 3/4 inches of our craft card. And then what I've done is I've taken a piece of 5 3/4 inch craft card again, and I've used one of my matting and layering dies just to cut a square aperture into the centre. And then what we've done is we've taken some more craft card, and this is 5 3/4 by 3 inches. And we've taken another of these, and we're going to repeat the process on both pieces of the same size. And all we're going to do is we're going to take our scoreboard and we're going to score at every 1/2 inch. So I'm using one of my Crafter's Companion scoreboards. Any of them with 1/2 inch increments will work absolutely perfectly. And we're scoring at 1/2, 1, 1.5, then 2, and 2.5. And I always say, when you're doing your scoring, rather than trying to score once really heavily over the one area, score several times over that same area, just to sort of build up that score line, so you're going to get a really nice crisp fold when you come to fold your pieces together. Then all we're going to do is we're just going to concertina fold, which all that means is we just fold one way and then fold back on itself to start to build up this piece like so, and then just reinforce and burnish those score lines using our bone folder. So like I say, we've done this twice. So we've got two pieces exactly the same, just like so. And we're going to add some red liner tape onto these two pieces. So a piece of red liner tape, and because this is construction, so we're building our card base, we do want a nice strong adhesive onto here. So red liner tape is ideal. Something like your tape pens, because they are so strong, they will work perfectly as well. But I wouldn't go for something like a double-sided finger lift or tissue tape, just because it's not quite as strong, and you want that nice firm bond onto this.
Red liner tape is a bit of a game changer,
Absolutely,
isn't it?
yeah. I love
I remember watching people using it and thinking, what is this? And I bought some and I was like, wow, I don't need that double-sided tape that I've got before, because it is so good.
Yeah, I mean, your double-sided is great for your standard matting and layering.
Yeah.
So when I stuck my scene into that backing piece, I could have used my double-sided, and that would have been perfect. But for anything like this, when you need that extra strength, then your red liner tape is absolutely brilliant. So the two pieces, we're just going to offer that up to that backing piece and stick those two onto there like so. And then before I stick the front piece on, I find it easier to add this little piece in first. So I've cut a strip that's just under 5 3/4 inches, and it's about 3/4 of an inch in width. And we've just added a little bit of red liner tape on either side. And this is going to be like almost like a little bit of a platform where we can add some of our characters onto to start to build up this scene. So again, red liner tape on either side, just for that strength. And you will find red liner tape on our website. We do 3 different widths. So we do our 6mm, which is what I'm using at the moment. We also do a 3mm, which is great because it's really, really thin to get into fine areas when you need that. And we also do our 12mm as well, which I find really useful for box making, for adding onto my tabs for boxes. Mm-hmm. So we've added that into the centre, like so, and then we're going to add our piece onto the front. So 2 pieces of red liner tape along these 2 edges on the front, and I always find it easier to remove the backing from just 1 piece at a time. So we can do one side first and then we can go in and do the other side.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, just honestly, the amount of times I've been struggling with exposed red liner tape, and it's like, oh, and everything starts sticking to each other because obviously red liner tape is so super sticky.
Yeah, once it's stuck, it's not moving, is it?
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
Suzanne has asked, would all-purpose glue be okay?
For your construction, I wouldn't be using your all-purpose glue. It's just not quite strong enough. Your tacky glue from Collal would work well. With it being so strong, you're just going to have to wait for it to dry. But all-purpose is brilliant for your matting and layering, but not so much for your construction.
Right, okay.
I do love my all-purpose, so it's great for matting and layering. It's what I tend to use at home when I'm doing all my mats and layers. So we're going to start to build up our scene now. So we've got some of these flowers, I think we're going to tuck those behind, or should we have them in front? Let's go in front. Have those in front of this piece here. And it's now just a case of building up our scene exactly how we want it to be. So I always think it's quite a good idea to stamp and die cut and colour lots of different images, and then just have a play about with your compositions until you're happy with what you've got. And if you do have pieces left over, then it'll be just perfect for another card to use them onto that. I'm going to start to build up all our pieces onto here. I think I'm going to use a bit of tacky glue just so it gives me a little bit of wiggle room. So if I need to manoeuvre these into position a little bit, then using tacky glue is perfect for that, because you get that little bit of wiggle time that you don't get with these, some of your tapes. So we're going to have him, I think, just peeking at the top there. He's sort of looking, trying to work out exactly what's going on. Being a little bit nosy, I think. Then we'll have our bunting on the top right just for a little bit of balance. And I'm using my tacky glue in one of our fine tip glue applicators just to give you that real precision onto there, so we can get our glue into all our smaller areas.
I quite like the fact that we've got all these different animal characters on the show today, because did you know it's National Homeless Animals Day today?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah. So I was thinking about that, because I've got both my cat... My cat's passed away now, but both my cat and my dog were from a homeless shelter.
Oh,
homeless shelter, you know, like an animal shelter.
Rescue,
not a homeless shelter. That sounds like I've stolen someone else's animals. No, but they all came from a shelter, and I think it's quite sweet that we happen to have all these different animals. I don't know if we planned it. Perhaps we did.
I imagine the team probably did, actually.
Yeah.
They are very good at planning things like this. So, yeah, let's say they did. Whether they did or not, let's say they did. But yeah, aren't they so sweet? And across the Masterclass show, you'll find that there's something sort of for everyone, really. Lots of different sorts of animal imagery. So our illustrated animals are perhaps a little bit more grown up, if you like, whereas these Lee Holland are very cute, great for the younger members of your family. So really it is something for everyone. But how cute is this looking? Building up our scene. I'm going to have him onto the centre, just onto that little platform that we added in the middle. I'm not sure, do we have another one in the background? Yeah, let's have another one.
You said that Lee Holland is a child's illustrator for children's books. You can absolutely see that, can't you?
Yeah.
You could create, they've all got so much character in them. You could definitely create a little book from all of these, couldn't you?
Absolutely.
Stories for children.
How fun would that be?
Well, not illustrate them, but you could design them using these stamps and create a whole little book for your children.
Definitely, and it's one of those, you look at them and you can start to sort of tell the stories yourself. You can imagine, he's just peeking out, he sort of wants to be part of the party, and they're just sort of arriving in the background. background.
Yeah.
You really are building up a scene and building up a story. And like I was talking about earlier, we do have those sentiments as well. So perfect finishing touches onto our cards. Going to add that onto there. But a really quite a simple diorama card, quite easy to create, but using those lovely little animals onto there. How fabulous is this collection? Absolutely love it.
Beautiful, absolutely love that very much. Thank you very much. Right, so we're going to have a look at these again. So this is the birthday wishes. This is the one that Lily has used predominantly in that little demo there. So you've got all those different dies and the stamps, and as you know, all those different sort of shapes as well. You've also got some sentiments in there as well. Next one is family time. Again, you've got all of those different dies and all those beautiful. I mean, you could definitely see from those stamps a lovely kind of characters in there. This one is on your special day with those sort of marrying mice, as you do, marrying mice with little glasses of champagne as well as the flowers. And then you've got Spring Has Sprung with those beautiful little animals in there. And so platinum price is £21.60 or $28.80. They're absolutely beautiful. Now, Sandra said she loves her tri-blend brushes so much. They're the best of all my alcohol markers. And Lean says, I love the tri-blend brushes on sale. Still waiting for them. I ordered the tri-blend brush on sale. I'm still waiting for them to arrive. So hopefully they'll be there soon and you can get started doing these little projects as well using these fantastic stamps. So we're going to get started on. I keep putting it off. I keep putting it off. Keep talking a little bit longer so I don't have to do this game. But yeah, we're going to start the game. I'm going to get my board. So everyone get ready. I'm playing for Facebook and Lily is playing for YouTube. So I apologise to everybody on the Facebook team in advance. I was terrible last week. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So let's get started. What have we got? Oh yeah. Oh, 2 rounds of 5, and whoever wins, we pick some people at random, and they will get some £5 vouchers. So it's worth doing that. We ready? I'm a bit nervous.
Well, have a bang.
Let's go for it. What have we got today?
Ooh, doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh.
Right, so these are logos from our third-party companies. So if you think of some of our companies that come in and do some demonstrations, these are little pieces from their logos. I can't even see that, it's too far away. Oh, let's get a bit closer.
Is this allowed? Is this playing by the rules?
Oh,
Can we
okay,
get closer?
right, okay. Are we playing by the rules? I don't know.
Oh, absolutely. I'm determined to win.
Oh God, now I've walked over here, I can't remember what it was.
I hope I've got it now after being so quick. It'd be embarrassing if I've got it wrong.
Okay. Has everyone had a go? We've got people having a go. Lots of people guessing. Maybe do we need a clue to help people guess? What are the clues? No clues.
No
We've got
clues.
no clue in here. No clue.
Right, my answer is be creative.
I've got creative expressions.
Ooh.
Ah.
Be creative.
Oh,
Yeah.
well done.
Hopefully, if you guys
See,
at home
you said you weren't going to do very well, but you know, there were quite a few people getting it right.
Yeah.
Not got them coming up, but lots of people I hear have got it right. Oh, I'm so sorry. I do apologise. Right, next one.
Next one. Let's have a look. Ooh.
Oh. Oh. Yeah? Are you looking around to see if there's a product nearby?
Because I think I know what it is, but...
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah. Should we turn around?
Kalal.
I've got Kalal.
Is it the answer? Let's find out.
Yay! Whoop whoop.
And I was worrying that I'd spell it wrong, so I always struggle to remember if it's 2 L's on the end. So I know it's 2 in the middle, but phew.
These are always quite tricky, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right,
they
next
are.
one, number 3. Oh, Oh God, I've got some at home.
Don't look at me, I'm not telling you.
Oh God,
I'm
I
far
can't think what
too
it's
competitive
called.
to help you.
Oh no. I'm trying to remember it. It's just over here on my desk in a little pot. Oh,
I think this is quite an easy one.
okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cosmic Shimmer.
Cosmic Shimmer. Woohoo! Fantastic.
Woo.
Right,
Off we
number
go.
4. I hope everyone's doing well at home.
Yeah. Oh, apparently
Right,
everyone's
number
doing
4.
well at home.
Oh, okay.
That's easy.
Hopefully you're going to get this, everybody.
Are we ready?
Ready?
Yeah. Creative expression.
Creative expressions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well done, everybody who's got
Lovely.
that right.
Last one for the round.
Lily, you said before you weren't going to do very well. And, you know, you're getting them all right.
I think
This
it's
is what
probably because-
happens. People lull me into a false sense of security. Yeah, Debbie Robinson did the same thing. Oh, we're going to be rubbish at this. And she got all 10.
I think it's probably because I have all these products at home. Probably quite revealing.
Right, next
See
one.
what we've got.
Number 5. I've got no idea what that one is. I'm
got it
pretty
right
sure it's
after
not
being
this
so
one, but
quick.
I'm going to go for that. Other people are getting it right. It's just me that's not getting it right. You know what
you
it is.
might be
don't you?
right.
I don't think I'm right. Okay.
Dawn Baby Creations.
Of course it is. Yeah. I reckon it is.
I might be wrong.
Yeah.
I might be totally wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well done. Well
Yeah.
done. Wow, well done.
Woo.
Lily, you're not my best friend anymore.
Oh, mind you,
I like to win.
there's
Very
a whole
upset
nother
now.
round. It could all go very downhill. Could all change.
Well done, everybody that got guessed right. YouTube's in the lead, yeah. Everyone's doing very well. We're going to do another round in a little bit of time. So we're going to have a little break now. Check out your baskets, grab a cup of tea, and we'll see you in a few moments.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
So definitely the Gemini. It may be something that all of us say. The Gemini is just the most awesome machine out there on the market. It is second to none. It is the most incredible machine that I've ever used, and I've been crafting a long time.
Definitely my favourite product is a Gemini. I think it's just a game changer, being able to have something that can cut everything, and I use it for my paper craft as well as my soft craft as well, and it really is like a key item. I don't think I could live without that one anymore.
When you come across a machine that does everything that you need it to do, and you know it's never going to need updating, you know, it's not like phones where they're going to bring a new one out. The only difference they can do with the Gemini is the size, is the colour, but the Gemini itself is, you know, proven to be the most amazing product out there on the market. So yeah, it has to be the Gemini.
Our craft experts come from all over the UK to HQ up in the northeast, and here they are telling you a little bit about where they're from and what it's famous for.
I'm originally from London, so Stoke Newington I was born and bred, and loved London. I mean, I love London now, something really magical about being in the capital. Grew up in Norfolk, loved it. The countryside, the scenery, it was very green and just beautiful and picturesque. I now live in Bedford, which is brilliant for work and life, because I feel like Bedford is sort of central to all these places around us, so I get to see so many different places. It's just great to be there.
So I live in Barnsley. It's and I say a town, it's a town in South Yorkshire. And South Yorkshire's a gorgeous place. Barnsley in particular, I love. It gets a lot of flack, but it's a really beautiful, picturesque place to live, especially because there's lots of green places around there, lots of lovely parks and things like that, but it is a gorgeous place to live. Elthicka, neighbouring village to us, which is just full of history, and I love going there ever such a lot. Famous, what's it famous for? Oh, the most famous thing I can think of is a film called Kes. A local author called Barry Hines, who lived in Oyland Common, made a very famous film called Kes that is well known from where I am, and actually filmed literally around the corner from where I live.
Hello, welcome back. I hope you found that interesting. Actually, you know, we were all sitting there going, oh, I didn't know that's where Debbie lived. It was quite interesting seeing all those little videos, what everyone's been up to. Actually, no, let us know. Where do you come from? Message in. Let us know. Maybe you live really close to some of us. Maybe we'll bump into you in the local supermarket or the local craft store, which is probably more likely for quite a lot of us. So do message in. Message in at Crafters Companion TV, or you can email the studio@crafterscompanion.com. We've also got on the show today, we've got these beautiful trifold apertures. Again, all about animals. And I think, you know, because it is National Homeless Animal Day or Homeless Shelter for Animals, let us know if you've got an animal that did come from a shelter. I'd be quite interested in knowing that. As I say, both my cat and my dog came from a shelter, which I thought was quite sweet. Now, this one here, this is our birthday bunny. So you're going to be getting these little dies here to create this fantastic little aperture, and you'll get those stamps in there as well. So you can make some super, super cute cards. This one is absolutely gorgeous with that little bunny. And you've also got all those other little decorative stamps and sentiments at the top. This one is You Mean So Much, with these gorgeous, I mean, they're just so adorable, these little elephants. I love the little sort of pudginess of an elephant. Really, really cute. This one is You Have My Heart, with those beautiful owls. Again, very, very beautiful and very pretty, and making quite an unusual little card. Now, remember, you can make these to sell. They would make a great sort of collection of cards that you might want to do. This is Best Buddy, with this little dog that you could create as Dalmatian, but obviously you could colour it in depending on the type of dog that you may have. So you could really sort of personalise this one. And this one here is upside down. Which is very bad planning of me, which is your butterflies. We always need more butterflies, I think, and that makes a lovely card here. So this price is £19 or $25. Platinum price is £15.20 or $20. So again, really, really good deal for you to be doing today. And do remember, we do have on the website, if you have a look, we do have the 1 penny sale. So if you buy one item, you can buy another item for just a penny. So we're going to go over to Lily for some more demos.
I love this collection. I think they're so cute, and they give you a little bit of a point of difference on your cards with that trifold aperture sort of system. But of course, you don't always have to use that concept every time you create with these. We're going to work with the Best Buddy set for this particular card. You can actually mix and match the different sets if you like. So you could have sort of the front aperture from one set and then the inside aperture from another set, just to mix and match and get even more options. That would work brilliantly. But we are going to be playing with these gorgeous little dogs, and I have to say, I love the sentiments within this collection. We've got Woof You in this one. How cute is that? Some really great puns in all the sets within this range. So within each stamp and die set, you'll get your sheet of stamps, and then you'll also get a couple of dies. The dies do look a little bit strange to start with, but those are what are going to cut our apertures for our cards. So we're actually going to start by creating our card base. So we're going to leave the stamps to one side for just a moment. Now you will find on the Shop the Day category, we've got some of this fabulous 6x12 ultra smooth cardstock. 300 GSM, it's great for your card bases and it's been designed specifically for use with this range. So it's 6 inches by 12 inches, and all we're going to do on the long edge, we're going to basically score it into thirds. So we're going to score at 4 inches, and again I'm using one of my Ultimate Pro scoreboards. You will find all of these on the website, and they are absolute crafting essentials. Obviously we use a scoreboard just about every time we craft to create our card bases, our concept cards, anything at all like that, we do need a scoreboard. So we're scoring at 4 inches and 8 inches. So nice and simple, just 2 score lines onto there to basically split it into thirds. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in some pattern paper. This is from one of the subs boxes, and I want to say it's 42. It's a ribbon threading subs box if you have that at home. Just a lovely bright and cheerful pattern paper. So it measures 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. So it's basically just a 1/4 inch smaller than one of our panels. And all we're going to do is we're going to add some of our tape runner, or it can be your all-purpose, or any of sort of your matting and layering flat adhesives onto the back of there. And we're just going to add that onto that left-hand panel. Now, if you are using a wet glue, at this point, leave it to dry. That's why I'm using our tape runner just for speed. But you can use a wet glue, just make sure you leave it to dry before you do this next stage. So I'm going to take our Gemini machine, and we're taking that largest die within this particular die set. And we're lining it up. That bottom, that sort of funny cutout shape we're going to have on the bottom left, that's where our little doggy is going to go. And all we're going to do is we're going to line this up in the centre of our card. So we're going to have an equal space left and right. And once we're happy with where we've positioned that, all we're going to do is going to take some low tack tape. And I'm actually using the chevrons themselves to help me line this up to make sure I've got it nice and straight and even onto there. And then take some low tack tape. And I always say, wherever possible, always tape onto the waist. So this bit in the middle, with it being an aperture, that's the bit that's going to be cut out. So if we can tape onto that area, then it's going to give us a neat finish. Just in case the tape does rip with the pressure of the Gemini, if we've taped onto the waist, we don't need to worry about that at all. And we're just going to run that through our die cutting machine. I find it easier if you can add your mat and layer on first and then die cut through both of the layers at once. Then it saves having to line the two up, and it just makes it a lot easier. And with our Gemini, we can easily cut through those 2 layers. With it being a cardstock and a paper, it's not too thick at all to be able to do that. So if we run that through, it comes out the other side. I did say if it was wet glue, you do want it to dry, just otherwise the glue can sort of like squidge out the edges of your card, which is not exactly what we want. And then just take a little bit of care, removing your centre die cut from that outer frame. Remove your die, and then that's going to give us this piece like so. Now, if you've not added enough tape, that bit might not be stuck, so just peel that back ever so slightly. Obviously we didn't have a continuous piece of adhesive over the whole of the back of this piece, so this bit might not have got any tape on. That's not a problem at all. We're just going to peel that back a little bit and add some tacky glue onto that side of there like so, and then that piece is going to be stuck down perfectly. And then all we're going to do is we're going to start to fold it together. So this part is our front, and then for the next fold we just need to fold the other way to give us that aperture effect. And then we bring in our next die, and I always find it's easier to line this up when it's closed, so you can just get that positioning onto there. And then we're going to line that die up. For this particular one, what we want is we want this little cutout bit on that right hand side, and then just line that up so it's exactly in the middle. It's nice and easy to cut your large aperture first and then line up your smaller one into the centre of there. And once you're happy with where that is, I'm going to tape that down. Now, I'm not having any pattern paper into this centre section, just so that we've got the contrast between the white in the middle and the pattern paper on the outside, just to give that sort of point of difference. If we had 2 layers that were sort of touching with the same print, then they'd all sort of blend into each other, so it's going to look a lot better. It's going to have a lot more impact to have the pattern on the outside and then that white on the inside. And just make sure when you do run that through, you've just opened your card back out, because we only want to cut through that 1 layer.
You wouldn't be tempted to try and run both dies through at the same time, lining everything up? Is that just a bit too tricky?
Yeah, in terms of lining it up, because we use the first die cut to line the second one up, I would sort of have no idea to line them up at the same time. I wouldn't know where that one would need to go. So you use that first one that you've die cut to line up that middle one.
And it's only going to take a few seconds for it to run through anyway. So.
I mean, you could be using, I think, the size of the die will fit through your junior, but because of the size of your cardstock, you will need your full-size Gemini. But even with your full-size Gemini, it doesn't take very long at all to line that up. So we're going to leave that to one side for just a moment, and we're going to bring in some of our stamps within the collection. Now these are such sweet images. I mean, we've got the two little doggies in there, but we also have our sentiments, our little accessories as well, so you can really build up your scenes and build up really nice cards with these, with lots of detail. And all we've done is we've taken the two little doggies, and I love the way they face each other. How cute is that?
They're so sweet.
And we stamped them using that Pebble alcohol-proof ink pad again. We've stamped them onto some of our Nina. We're taking our gold brown blend. This is again from our tri-blend brush pen range. We're going to go all over the area, so start with one area at a time. Don't try and colour the whole of the dog all at once. Just focus on one small section and then move on to the next one. So going all over this area with our lightest colour within this 3-pen blend. And then we're going to bring in our middle tone, and we're just going to go around the outside, and you will find these tri-blend brush pens on the Shop the Day category. Really nice price on those. You can sort of mix and match to get whichever sets you're needing to complete your collection.
Do you tend to use these ones rather than your black tri-blend, your Spectrum one?
Depends what I'm colouring. Right. So for things like we're doing a lot of fur on today's shows. Yeah. These are perfect for fur. For hair, right. It's the same. Any sort of flicking technique or texture, these are absolutely brilliant. But it's very much a case of a pen for a different job. Yeah. So I use both of them, probably equally, but just different uses. And all we're doing is we've gone around the outside with that mid-tone, but then we're just sort of dotting into the centre to give that texture, that look of fur onto there. And then we're going back in with our lightest tone just to blend that out a little bit more. Rather than having a perfectly smooth blend from dark to light, getting that texture in there is going to give us that more realistic look. And then if we go in with the darkest pen within this 3-pen blend, and all the colours that I'm going to be using on all of my demos throughout today of our tri-blend brush pens, you will find all of these colours within that particular collection. So I won't be using any other colours. It just goes to show how if you do pick up that collection, we'll have plenty of different colours to get colouring lots of different images, get lots of different effects when it comes to colouring with your tri-blend brush pens. And then we're doing the same technique with the darker one, just dotting around the edges to give us that little bit of texture onto that. And doesn't it look completely different? Completely different.
And it's a very simple technique, isn't it? But it does make a big difference because, you know, you do want to, you know, obviously with the samples that we showed earlier, you know, it was sort of like a Dalmatian looking dog, which obviously quite easy to do, but difficult to get that kind of fluffiness that you get with the dog. And you really are accomplishing it just using those pens. It's brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like what I was saying earlier, how using different pens will give you different effects. If you wanted to get perhaps more of a smooth blend, then perhaps go with your regular tri-blends. But when you want to get texture like we've got here, then your tri-blend brush pens are absolutely perfect. And some of the stamps that we've got on the Masterclass this afternoon, like that lovely bunny stamp, that is perfect for use with your brush pens, just to get that flicking technique. And we will see a little bit more of that on Masterclass this afternoon. But like I was saying, one section at a time. So once I'm happy with that head section, I'm moving onto the body and I'm just repeating that same technique. And like Becky says, perhaps you've got a dog in the family, or one of your friends have got a dog, and you want to sort of personalise your card or whatever you might be making. Of course, this could be scrapbooking pages, it could be home decor, and you want to really personalise that creation to the recipient. Then you can be colouring your animals in to whatever colour their dog or cat or whatever it might be, just to make it a little bit more personalised. I know quite a lot of people will send cards and gifts to their pets, or their pets. Their pets will send them. How fabulous would this be to have the doggy in the right colour? Perhaps their collar is their dog's favourite colour, or the collar of their dog actually has that colour of collar. How cute would that be?
I have to say, when my husband comes home, I mean, the dog is the one that runs up to him at the door. I mean, I don't do that. Oh, so excited to see you kind of thing. But he does say, oh, you know, oh, look at you, I love you, love you. And he never says anything like that to me. Maybe if I did run up to him, you know, wagging my tail when he came home from school, from work, he may be more inclined to say, oh, look at you. But I think we have a lot of love for our pets, don't we?
Absolutely. And again, it's the same like we were saying earlier with the Lee Holland stamps. There's so much personality within these stamps. I mean, look at his little face on the left. He just looks absolutely delighted, doesn't he? I'm sure somebody's just got out a bag of treats and is shaking it at him, given how wide his smile is.
It's because he's seeing his friend through the window, isn't it? You know, it's
I
his
guess
best
so.
mate. Yeah,
yeah, but
you're absolutely right. They are full of character. They're
absolutely
really gorgeous, and they could be adapted to look like any kind of dog or lots of different types of dog.
Yeah, I love the fact that on the packaging we've got Dalmatians.
Yeah.
So you don't just have to colour them in a solid colour. Think with all your stamps of adding patterns and adding designs onto there. I mean, we're giving you the line work, we're giving you the outline, but then you've got the options to take it as far as you like. You can be adding lots of different markings onto your dogs. It doesn't just have to be a sort of one colour like we've got here. But we carry on using that sort of same technique to colour in both the little doggies. And we've gone ahead and done exactly that. We've done it with both of them, but then we've just fussy cut around the edges, so nice and simple to do.
Aww.
Just take a small pair of scissors, so I always use my precision scissors from Crafter's Companion. You will of course find these on the website. Taper to a really nice fine point, really sharp on there, so it allows us to get into all that detail. And I've left about 1 or 2 mils around the edge of that white cardstock. I used the gold brown blend for our 2 little doggies. Then for their collars, I used blue turquoise blend just to bring out the colour in those papers. And then for their mouths, I used the pale pink blend, and then the little charms on their collars, I used the brown grey blend. Like I say, all within those pen packs that we've got on the show. Then what we're going to do, so we've got our front panel with the pattern paper that we die cut earlier. We've got our die cut panel in the middle, but then onto this back piece, sort of on the inside, we're going to bring in another panel of that pattern paper, the same pattern paper that we used on the front of our card. We're going to add this into the very centre. So on the outer piece, we've got our pattern, and then in the centre, we've got it just as white to sort of break up that pattern, and then we're going to return to the pattern on the inside. So having that one white section in the middle just breaks up all that colour, and is going to give more impact like so. If that was to be another layer of pattern in the centre, it would all sort of jar and you won't get that contrast, but by having that white in the centre, it all works really nicely. Then what we're going to do is we're going to bring our lovely little doggies, and these funny little bits that we sort of lined up at the start, those are exactly where our dogs are going to stick over the top. I find this is the easiest way to work with these, to have your base layer sort of cut into your pattern papers, and then stamp your images, your characters, onto a separate piece, fussy cut them out, and then just almost like paper piece them over the top. I find this the easiest way to work with these. If you weren't using pattern papers, if you were just using a white card base, then I would be stamping directly onto my card base and I wouldn't have to cut the images out, but they are super easy to cut out. And I think just having that pattern paper layer just really lift your images. But it's just different options, and like I say, this is the way that I find easiest to play with these stamps and dies, and it's the same for any of the sets within the collection. I use the same sort of process when I'm building up these cards. I'm going to add our other little doggy into that centre section. I'm just using my tacky glue just for that little bit of wiggle room to make sure that I've lined it up perfectly. I mean, how cute is that looking already? Of course, we've got to bring in this sentiment. I absolutely love this sentiment. I love the fact that we've got the speech bubble as separate, and then we can mix and match our sentiments. I mean, you could even be handwriting your own sentiment into there. You could write whatever you like, but we've gone for woof you because it's just super cute, and it fits perfectly into that centre section. The little doggy on the right is saying it to the little doggy on the left. Woof you, how sweet is that? And earlier I was talking as well about the extra stamps. I don't like calling them filler stamps. Some people do call them filler stamps. I much prefer the term worker stamps, because these are what allow us to build up our backgrounds, build up borders like we've done here. They're perfect as embellishments. These little extra stamps that we include in every single set within this collection really do make a difference. And as the name sort of suggests, they really do do the work, and they are what finishes off all of our makes. And I've stamped the ball, the little paw print and the bone just multiple times along a strip of Nina, coloured it in using those same colours of tri-blends that we used for our full image, just to get everything matching and layer it onto a little piece of turquoise card just to match with our background. Then we're going to add some of our foam pads onto the back of there just for a little bit of lift. And of course you will find all of our foam pads on the website. And I think we're going to add that onto that bottom section just to fill a little bit of space, just to finish it off nicely. And then the final finishing touch, I've stamped another of the sentiments just to sort of fill the space out. We've got some detail at the bottom. We want to sort of balance that and draw the eye into the centre. So we're going to bring some detail into the top of this card base. So you bring out the best in me, woof you. How sweet is that? And I always think there's something quite nice about having more than one sentiment on your card. So don't just think of having just the one sentiment, sort of build up your own phrases and your own sayings onto your cards. But that's sort of the way that they've been designed to be used, I guess, with your trifold apertures. Saw how easy it was to build up that system, but how cute is that? Using some of your bright colour tones. I mean, who wouldn't love to receive a card like that?
I love the fact that you've managed to match up the backing as well, and you've taken the time to do that. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Loads of people messaging in saying, so cute, Lily. Enchanted Craft Fairy says, these doggies are even cuter coloured in. Stop with all this cuteness. Christine Mahoney, oh, that's very cute, Lily. Anyone would love to receive this card. I think you're absolutely right. They're absolutely gorgeous. So to recap what we've shown you, we have this one here. So these are all our trifold aperture stamp and die sets. This one is You Have Been on My Mind with that beautiful butterfly there. This is the one that Lily's just used with the dog. So this is Best Buddy. You can see how different that looks by using just white card here versus all that beautiful coloured paper. Then this one is You Have My Heart with those little owls. Again, you just open them up. It looks really effective. It's such a clever idea, and I do like the fact that the dies have got that stitch detail on them as well. This one is You Mean So Much with those little elephants, and this one here is Your Birthday Bunny, which is very cute as well. So platinum price is £15.20 or $20. This is such a, these are normally £10 each. Wow. That's a huge deal, and you'll be able to get so much use out of those because you can see all those different stamps you've got at the top. It really is lovely, making something really, really beautiful out of those stamps. Now, the next thing we've got, now this is a little bit of a preview because we're going to have Tiffany later on in the craft house. This is a huge, huge deal. I'm going to show you what you're going to be getting in this. So, first of all, you're going to be getting this one here. So if I can remember what they all are, this is Sue. This is Sue, your bag. This next one is, I can never read this because it's been very pale. I think this is Irene, for your pens here. But obviously you can use these for all sorts of different things. Barbara. So this is a prize that keeps on going, not prize. Teresa, it's like a prize to yourself. So Teresa, this is your long sort of squat bag. This one is for your pens and your rulers. This is Brandy, who's a fine girl. Does anyone else know that song? Brandy, you're a fine girl. It's one of my son's favourites. This one is Deborah, my sister's name. This one is, which one is this? This is Edna, so you can fit quite a few of your stamps in here, in this one. Then you have this one, which is your Katya here. So again, lots and lots of space in here. Then we have Shelley, which is this one here. We've got some of our gilding wax in here. So this is quite a sturdy one. They're all sturdy, to be honest. Plus, you'll be getting this. This is your massive, this is the lowest tote in pink. And Monica for free. Fantastic deal. Platinum price is £40 or $56, and that's your platinum price for this. So you're buying all of these, and you're getting these two for free, and they all fit perfectly inside this box. And now, I mean, these are great because you can see everything you've got in them for a start. It makes a big difference being able to see all the bits and pieces you've packed away. They're really tough. They're really sturdy. I mean, some of them, one that I had earlier with all of those gilding wax waxes. That's really, really heavy. There is no fear that these are going to open up. You've got Velcro sort of fastenings on them, are all going to feel like they're going to fall apart. That makes a massive difference when you're sort of transporting your crafting goodies. And you do, you know, we spend a lot of money on our craft things. We want to make sure that we can keep them looking nice, we can see where everything is, and we can keep it all tidy. This is the one with all those gilding waxes. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you've got gilding wax at home, you know how heavy they are. This is not going to fall apart at all. These are nice and strong. So you're going to get all of these for such a fantastic price, because you're going to be getting those two, the tote bag and also that smaller Monica bag for free. Do you have any of these Tiffany bags at home, Lily?
I don't. I must say, I've been looking on the website this morning. I'm thinking, I need those.
I think, yeah. I found it quite difficult to make a decision over which ones I wanted, because realistically I wanted the whole lot.
Yeah, of course.
And then I just thought, then I could just organise everything, and then I would be spending a lot of time organising, putting things in bags, and not actually doing any crafting, which is always a little bit of a problem. But this is such a good deal. So again, £40 or $56, but you will see more of Tiffany later this evening anyway. So we want to go back to our weekend super saver, which is this fantastic bundle we've got here. So these are your Gemini lattice folding dies. You've got all these different dies in here with making all these sort of different shapes. They look really complicated, but actually they're really, really simple. If I grab my boards, you can see what I mean. Now, you can see the dies that you're going to be getting with this. So this one is the star die. You'll see these dies here. When you cut them, you run them through your Gemini, that's how that they will cut out. And then it's just a question of folding alternate ones back to get that design. So you can see here with that black background how effective that is, and that's just using white card and black card. Obviously you can put some colour on those and put some papers behind them, you know, to make a different kind of effect. So they really are very, very simple, but they make it a fantastic sort of finished product. So this is the star. This next one is the star again. I've got 2 stars. Don't know why we've got 2 stars, but why not? This next one is your diamond. That's lovely kind of lattice effect, really, really pretty. This next one, I think this might be my favourite. This is a chevron. So using this as just like a panel on certain sections of your card, or perhaps your box making, perhaps you're going to be using these around the edges of your boxes, would look really effective. Your next one is your circle. Again, looks really effective. We're looking at these vertically, but actually they look really good if you're going to be using them horizontally. Put them that way, you can actually see what that looks like. It looks really, really effective there. And again, using your different colours would make a difference as well. This next one is your opulence. You've got these beautiful curves. You can see these curves here on this die, and you can see how effective that looks once you run it through the machine and then you're folding the alternate shapes back. And then this last one is your double loop. Again, this one looks even more complicated, but actually once you sort of look at it and you know, see how you put it together, it's actually very simple. But initially, for the untrained eye, if you just saw that on a card, you think, my goodness, how on earth has somebody done that? But very simply with those dies that we've got for you today. So the price for this is £26 or $32. Platinum price is £20.80 or $25.60. We're going to show you what everyone's been wanting. Everyone's been waiting for. I'm sure you've all got it in your baskets. This is your A3 multi-purpose card. It's a big one. This is fantastic. Everyone's been waiting for A3 card. We've all got A4 multi-purpose card, but this is your A3. It's 30 sheets, 300 GSM. Platinum price is £10.39 or $11.96. Definitely pop this in your basket because I know that you've been waiting for it, and we're not going to have this forever because it is going to run out. I had lots of people saying how much they love those cards. Anyone would be happy to receive any of your cards, Lily.
Oh,
and I think that's just that's just how it is, isn't it? Everyone loves your cards.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I just love making them, so I'm glad you love them at home.
Everyone's happy. Right, we're going to do the second round.
Yes.
Oh, dear. Yeah, all right. Don't need to rub it in. Lily's winning 5-3. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. Yeah. Right, come on.
Let's do it.
Come on. Right, next question. First question for this round.
First question.
Please let me do all right. Right.
Are we ready?
Okay. So what is this logo? I'm gonna have to run up to, because I can't see. Oh, okay. Okay. If you can't see it in the gallery, how on earth are we supposed to be able to see it? All I would say is it's very cute.
I've been set up with this one, I know.
You've been set up?
Yeah.
Oh, why's that?
Because I think...
Oh, now I'm beginning to think that maybe I don't know what it is. Oh, okay. Hopefully you're playing at home and you're getting this right. Are we ready to
I don't think I've got it right, but...
Okay, right. I've got
Oh, blooming heck.
Lee Holland.
I've gone for Lewis and Irings. I thought it was
Oh.
a fabric one. No, you're right.
Ah,
That's why I thought I'd been set up.
is it Lee Holland?
I've just had the packaging out, so if it is, this is embarrassing.
Oh, oh.
It is.
Hey, I got one right.
I've just had the packet. This very packet I've just had right in front of me. There he is. Oh dear.
Do you know what? I'm not even thinking about soft ones.
I don't know why I thought it was that.
Yeah.
How embarrassing. That's why I thought you'd got
Well
it.
done everybody that got that right. And you know, hopefully we can. I got one right. Yes! Whoop whoop. Very exciting. Right, next one, please. Oh God, I know this one. These are tricky, aren't they? And I know I looked at this. I know what this is.
Becky was actually trying to get some last-minute revision in just before the show. So producer Johnny came down and told us what the game was, and just before about 5 minutes to 11, she was trying to swat up.
I was, but
On the website, looking through all the brands.
you see, I don't often see the third parties. I hardly ever
Excuses.
in with third parties. Wow. Right.
I don't think that this is too hard.
Everyone's got this one.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, I'm guessing on this one. Okay. Ready?
Okay.
Yeah.
Paper Dynamics.
Paper Dynamics, of course it is. Of course it is. I put Tonic Studios. Well done. That's got to be Paper Dynamics. Well done.
Yay.
I kept thinking I know those little sort of scrolls and curves. Oh dear, never mind. Well done, everybody that got that right. We're going to go on to question 8. I think I'm going to say that I actually really are rubbish at these games. I need to get this one right. I need to get a lot more than just this one right. I feel.
At least you got Lee Holland. That was embarrassing, let's be honest.
Right, next question. Next one. Oh,
I'm definitely being set up with this one.
I would be really embarrassed if I didn't get this one. Really, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, this would be terrible.
I think it'd be even worse than Lee Holland.
I think you're probably right with that. Okay,
We're
hopefully
ready.
everyone at home, you got your question, you've got your answers. Should we turn around?
Yeah, let's do it. Threaders.
Threaders. Yay. Like I say, it would be...
Can you imagine if this
It
was wrong
definitely
now?
is. I would be mortified if I'd got that one wrong. That would be awful. Okay, so how many more have you got? I can't win, can I?
How many
Can I
more
win?
have we got left?
Yeah, 2 left.
Just 2 to go. Ooh,
Yeah.
what have we got?
Let's have a look. Next one. Oh, okay. Okay. So this is a penultimate one, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully you're getting that right at home. I'm sure you are. You're much better at this kind of game than I am.
I find our
Ready?
viewers are all really good and much better than I am. But that's not hard.
Okay. So, Tonic Studios. Yeah.
Yay!
Yep.
Final question.
We should ask, actually, well, next time Jodie's in, did they come up with the idea of Tonic Studios a name because they were drinking a gin and tonic?
Well,
Were they?
yes, yeah,
Oh, okay,
apparently
that's
so.
true. Oh.
Yeah, it is true.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
Right, last one.
Yeah, it's coming up. Final one.
Oh. Okay.
I think I've been set up for this one. I think I only know it because of your reaction.
Yeah, my reaction's a bit of a giveaway, isn't it?
I think if I was doing
So
this...
hopefully you're getting this at home. If you're not, I feel very hurt. Because, should we turn around? It's Chang's, which is actually my own brand.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've only done one show for Chang so far, but yeah, it's actually my brand, so it would have been really embarrassing had I not got that right, wouldn't it? Yeah,
It would have been
that.
It would have been even worse than when I didn't recognise my own face in the mix-up one. That was quite embarrassing.
When was that? When they
mixed the two faces, and I didn't even recognise myself. That was quite bad.
With tiebreaker?
Yeah, let's do another one.
Why not? Why not?
What have we got for the tie break?
How many brands are listed on the crafted? Oh, that's a tricky one. Yeah, everyone guess at home. So the tie-break question is, how many brands are listed on the Crafters Companion website? Oh.
I don't think anyone will get it exactly, but whoever's closest.
No, you might do. You might get it.
I don't think I will.
No, you don't think you're going to get it? I think it's quite hard.
Yeah.
Difficult to tell, actually.
Get an exact number.
Yeah. Right, okay, turn around.
Yeah.
Right.
I've gone for 20.
I've gone for 18.
Close. Blimey, somebody's got it.
Someone's got it right.
Wow. It's not me.
So, no, I don't think it's me either.
What have we got? Oh,
31.
blimey.
Wow.
Wow.
Well done, Sally on Facebook. You got it right. That's impressive. Wow. Do you know, I wouldn't have thought that there was 31. It just goes to show, doesn't it?
Yeah, it shows how many
Yeah.
brands we've got. It's exciting, isn't it?
Wow,
Really?
well done, everybody that got that right. YouTube won. I'm really sorry for everyone on Facebook. We will choose 5 people at random, and I will let you know who has won that £5 voucher. So well done, everybody. I don't think I should do this anymore because it's just so good.
Unfortunately, us two are together again next Saturday.
I know. We're going to have to practice, aren't we? Right, I'm going to have a quick drink and a little bit of a break. So check out your baskets and we'll find out some more information about our wonderful craft experts, and we'll be back in a moment.
There's definitely one item at the top of my list, and I've talked about this on air many, many times. I absolutely love the magnetic stamping platform.
Stamping platform was a game changer for me. Hated stamping before I got that. I just wasn't brilliant. I was pants, as I like to say. But using that, if you don't have one, get one. But using it is a game changer because you get it right every time.
My crafting journey began with stamping and colouring. It's still something that I hold very dear. I love colouring. So being able to stamp out images, colour them in, something that I really enjoy doing. So having that stamping platform allows you to be very accurate.
And you're going to get it right every time. You've got the grid on there where you can line up either your stamps or your card. And you know that it's just, can stamp again and again. So when you've got a stamp that's quite big, or you wanting to ombre your colours or anything like that, you can go in again and again and again and get it perfect every time.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comforts of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
The one that was really funny, Ben, you didn't.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I am a gnome and I live in a caravan. Can we clip that?
Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
Hello everybody, welcome back. I hope you had a little bit of a rest after that quite crazy game. I hope you did well. We do have some winners. So we've got Zoe Carver, Gillian Grady, Charlotte Clark, Jenny Briggs and Suzanne Dawn. Well done. So if you can email your details in, so prizes@crafterscompanion.com, just send us your email and we'll be able to send you across your prize. Well done to all of you. You're much better than I am at any of these quizzes. But we do have some other bits and pieces on the show. So we've got these beautiful illustrated animal stamp and die sets. This one, and these are absolutely beautiful. And if you fancy doing some really beautiful colouring, these are the stamps for you to go for. So this one is Welcome to the World with that beautiful butterfly, absolutely stunning. This one is Your Believe in Yourself with a lovely unicorn. This one here is Dream Big, and in fact I remember Brent doing a little card just using the head of that elephant rather than the whole thing, which looks really effective. This next one is Gorgeous 2, Born to be Wild with that beautiful giraffe and that sort of flower wreath around him. And then finally You're a Hoot, which is lovely with that great owl. So the price today is £18 or $21. Platinum price is £14.40 or $16.80. So did you say 75%? 75% saving. Wow, they're normally $14.99 each. So this is absolutely a huge deal. So pop those in your basket when you can. We're going to go over to Lily for a few more demonstrations, aren't we, Lily?
With this lovely collection of our illustrated animals, and the set that I'm going to be using for this demo is the Born to be Wild. I have to say I absolutely love this imagery. I just call it really strong imagery. Lots of detail within the stamp, lots and lots of lovely bits to colour in there. So many sort of elements to that design, just absolutely stunning. But these sets are not just stamps, they are stamp and die sets. It's the same with all of the sets within this collection. So you get your stamps, you get your main stamp. Don't worry, yours will come to your clean. It won't be mucky like ours is, definitely well loved. So you get your main image, you get a couple of sentiments in there as well, and I love the fact that we've actually got sentiments that are sort of relevant to that artwork. So we've got Stand Tall, we've got Born to be Wild. They're not our generic sentiments, they really do match with that particular image that we've got in the stamp. And then we also have a matching die, but as we'll see when we come to demonstrate this, the die doesn't cut around the whole of the image. The sort of idea is that you stamp it a couple of times and you can actually cut into one of the images and decoupage up onto that base layer to give you a really impressive dimensional finish to your stamped images. I'm going to leave that to one side just for a moment, and it sort of explains all of this on the back of your packaging, exactly how you can work with these. Of course, you don't have to use your die every single time you use this collection. You can use the stamps just on their own, but different options there by including the die within each of these sets. So all I've done is I've stamped the image using a black Spectrum Noir Finesse alcohol-proof ink pad onto Nina cardstock, and we're going to get colouring this in using some of our tri-blend pens. The same tri-blend brush pens that we've been using throughout the show. Like I say, you will find these on the website if you're looking for perfect colouring mediums. I think these are particularly good for all your animal images like we've got on this afternoon's masterclass. With them being a brush nib, you can get all those flicking techniques. Really easy to lay down colour. I mean, if you're colouring hair, then these are going to be perfect. If you're colouring fur, like we will be throughout this afternoon's show, then these will give you those results really easily. You've got that really fine tapered end to the brush, but it is still easy if you sort of lay it a little bit more horizontally to fill in large areas as well. So you've got that versatility within that brush nib, and it's a lovely quality brush nib as well. Japanese brush nib, so the best quality that we can possibly get onto our tri-blend brush pens. So we're starting off with our gold yellow blend. We're going to take the lightest end of the pen, and these are sort of really self-explanatory. They'll tell you on each pen exactly what 3 colour tones are included. They'll tell you the colour family, so in this case it's the gold yellow. And for each of the barrels that we've got included, it'll show you which one's the light, which one's the mid, and which one's the dark. So super, super simple to actually get working and colouring with these. Starting off with our lightest pen tone, and then we're just going to start with one area at a time. I always say one part of the image at a time. Colour that area. Once you're happy with that, move on to the next area of that image and start to build up the image in that way, rather than colouring all of the areas that would be in the yellow. Just go for one area at a time.
I suppose it makes it easier being able to do it the way you say, because the pen is all included together, isn't it? You know, if you were using 3 different pens, it's harder to remember which pen you've used for that particular area, but because everything is included in that one pen, you know, it's quite easy to keep switching between the light and the darker and the medium shades.
Absolutely, and it's great in terms of space saving with our tri-blend technology. Just the one pen with basically 3 pens in one, really. So great for storage, but as well it means you've not got quite so many pens out on your desk. Perhaps you've got limited space in your craft room. You've not got a massive craft table or desk. These are great because they're going to take up a lot less room, but you've still got the different tones in there, so you can still achieve all your shading. So very easy to build up the 3 colour tones onto there. If we go on to another area of the image, you can see how easy it is to lay down that colour using that lovely quality brush nib. It sort of glides over the surface of the cardstock, and by using your Nina cardstock, that's the best cardstock for colouring with your alcohol pens. It's a 216 GSM cardstock, really, really super smooth, but it's not got any sort of glossy or shiny coating, so it's going to take that alcohol ink beautifully. If you use something like a copier paper, then what you'll find is you won't get that smooth blend. The colours won't it's almost like it's self-blending. The colours almost bleed into each other. If you're using the wrong sort of cardstock, something that's too chalky or too coarse, is not smooth enough, then you'll find it difficult to get the colours to blend into each other. So the best cardstock you can use for use with your alcohol pens, it doesn't matter whether it's Spectrum Noir branded, any brand of alcohol pens, whether it's your Illustrators, your Tri-Blends, your Classiques, the best cardstock is always your Nina, and you do want, when you're stamping, to use an alcohol-proof ink pad. Doesn't matter what colour. It's totally up to you. Like I said earlier, we do have 4 different colours within our range of alcohol-proof ink pads, but you do want to make sure that it's alcohol-proof. Otherwise, what will happen is when you start to colour over that image, basically you'll blend the edges of that stamped image, so the lines will start to blend in to your pens that you're working with, which is not what you want. But by using an alcohol-proof ink pad, you can see that the lines are staying intact. We're not having any bleeding or blurring of that stamped image, so it's going to give us that perfect result every single time. It's just a case of building up the different areas. So it's the same with every single section of this giraffe, going in with your lightest tone first, and then your mid-tone, and then your dark tone. You can see you've got all these lovely shading lines within here, giving us the clues as to where the light and shade are going to be within this stamped image. I'm not having to think about it too much. I am literally just following those lines that we've got within the stamp. We can see how we start to build up that design already. I'm going to fill in some of the flowers now. So I'm going to take my dark red blend for this, starting off again with the light tone. I'm just going to work on one flower at a time. Obviously we do have several flowers that are all sort of similar, and you probably would want them all the same colour tone. I mean, you could of course do rainbow flowers, that would look fabulous as well. But I always would say, even if they are going to be the same colour, focus on one flower at a time, and once you've mastered that flower, once you're happy with all the shading and the colour you've got onto there, then just repeat that process for the next flower. But of course there's nothing stopping you from colouring these in sort of every colour of the rainbow, and having every single different flower a different colour. That would look absolutely fabulous. So we can see on this particular flower, we've got more lines in the centre of each of the petals, and that's telling us that it's sort of more pinched in that centre area, so it's going to be darker there. So we're going to add more of our mid-tone as we start to build up our layers, but making sure at the very tips, at the very edges, we're not colouring to the very edge, so we're leaving some of that mid-tone, that lightest tone still showing. And then we're going with our dark tone just into the very centre. Don't cover over all of the mid-tone that we've just laid down, just covering maybe about half of it and adding our very darkest tone into the centre like so. And that starts to build up that flower very easily. We repeat the same sort of technique if I show you on this next one. Again, going over with our lightest tone. You can see there is quite a lot of detail into these stamps. There are some quite small areas to colour in, but I'm not struggling at all with using our tri-blend brush pens with that really fine point to the end of that brush nib. And you'll see there's no sort of fibres that splay out at all. I mean, these are the set of pens that we have in the studio, so all of our crafts experts are using these day in, day out. They do get a bit of hammer, let's be honest. I mean, if we're doing a quick demo, we're not always as careful as perhaps we should be. You can see that nib is perfectly intact. I mean, I do have lots and lots of pens in my stash. I do have pretty much all of the Spectrum Noir pens. But
Really?
Absolutely. I do have other brands of pens as well, and I do have other brush nibbed tip pens. And what I've found over time is that with some other brands is that nib starts to splay.
Yeah.
And then what once might have been a really nice fine point is now all splayed, and it's pretty much useless really.
Yeah.
But what I found with all of my brush nibs from Spectrum Noir, whether it is my tri-blends or my illustrators, what I've found is over time, and you guys know at home I love my colouring, so I do a lot of colouring. I found that over time those nibs have remained intact. It's exactly the same nib as the day that I bought those pens. I've not had any damage whatsoever, even with a lot of colouring.
That's quite impressive, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because, like you say, and we probably use it, or you and the other craft experts that do paper craft probably use them far more than perhaps the viewers at home use them, because we're all using the same sets here, aren't we?
Absolutely.
So, you know, that's interesting to know that they've not actually sort of fallen apart or deteriorated at all, yet they're getting, you know, more than daily use.
Yeah, absolutely. It just goes to show the quality. You can see it's exactly the same with this one. This is just from our studio set, so it's the same set that's used day in, day out. It doesn't matter if it's used by myself, by Debbie, by Craig, any member of the team. We're all using the same set. Some of us are more heavy-handed than others. We're not mentioning any names, but they are still perfect. So you're going to get that brilliant result no matter how many times you've used your pens. And let's be honest, we're going to be using these pens day in, day out, because look at the sort of results we can get on there very, very easily. I'm going to bring in a couple that I've already coloured, and what I've done is I've actually stamped the image twice. So we're going to bring in the die as well. So on one of them, the one that I'm actually going to die cut into, I sort of laid my die over the top and worked out which areas I needed to colour in. I could have coloured in the full image for both of them, but I didn't actually need to. So just a little bit of planning will save you a bit of time with your colouring. It just means you can focus your time onto adding all the shading in the areas that you do need to colour. So when I laid my die over the top, I worked out that I only needed to colour in this centre section, because when I cut this out, all these flowers are going to be cut away. I did add just a little bit of the colour just to that very edge there, in case I didn't line the die up absolutely perfectly. I've just got almost like a bleed of colour around the edges, so if the die is ever so slightly off, I should be fine colour-wise. But like I say, when we run this through, if there are bits that I need to add a little bit more colour to, we can do that afterwards. So that's the one I'm going to die cut. And then this is my base layer. So what I did is I worked out which areas were going to be exposed when we popped our other layer over the top.
Okay.
So all of our flowers around the outside we're going to see. All of those flowers into there we're also going to see. But what I've done in this middle layer, although that's going to be covered, because we're going to be raising it up with foam pads, I've just added a little bit of colour just around the very edges. I've not worried about shading it, just so that when we raise it up, if you view it from the side, we won't see any white edges. It will make a bit more sense when we pop the other layer over the top, but just a bit of colour around the very edge of that section.
That's a clever idea, you know, because otherwise you would notice that whiteness behind it, wouldn't you? You wouldn't look quite so finished.
Absolutely. It's just that sort of finishing touch. It's one of those things that sort of experience teaches you. You do it once, you think, doesn't look quite finished, but just adding that bit around the edge. And like I say, you don't need to worry about shading it, because we won't really see it. But if it wasn't coloured, you would notice it. So we're going to our one where we've coloured in the centre design, and we're laying our dye over the top, and definitely low tack tape for this in a couple of places, just to take that into position. And then all we're going to do is we're going to run that through our Gemini. The size of these will be perfect for going through your smaller machines, your junior or your midi. I think we do actually have our midi on this afternoon's masterclass. Nice little deal on there, so those will be perfect for these. You're getting 50 bonus points on that, which is pretty good. If you're moving up your ranks of Club Inspire, as I know we all like to, and that's definitely a good one to go for, and it will work perfectly with these dies. And if you want to get crafting with the kids, then that's a great one. Perhaps you don't want them to be using your electronic machines, perhaps you want them to use a manual machine, then your MIDI will be absolutely perfect. So all we've done is we've die cut this out. So I did try to be a little bit clever, like I said, with my colouring, and made sure I had enough, but we have got a little tiny bit missing there, so not to worry. All we need to do is go back in with our pen and just make sure that our colour goes up to the very edge. I mean, you can barely notice it, but I am a little bit picky about things like that. So then we can just go in with our pen. It's just the flowers around the edge here, just to fill that in.
It's so cute.
Isn't he gorgeous? Yeah. And I mean, this die, we are going to be laying it over the top of our other coloured piece, but there's nothing to stop you using that on its own. You don't have to use the stamps with the dies every single time. You do have those multiple options. It's not just a case of you've got one option and this is it, sort of craft with it. You've got different options when it comes to using these stamps and dies in different combinations.
And I like the fact that these are quite big. Some of the other stamps and dies that we've had on the show being very small, but these ones are quite nice, these kind of larger shapes. Gives you more to colour in, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
To sort of really go to town with those pens that you've got. It looks lovely. We've had Robbie says, I love the giraffe. I loved colouring her, and the finished product was amazing. These illustrated animals are gorgeous, and this is a great buy. And Suzanne says, it's my birthday in a few days, so I'm treating it as a birthday gift from Cece and Lily, of course. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. And yeah, a lovely present. And let's be honest, at that price, it's not a big present, is it? I can't believe that. Platinum price, £14.40. I'd quite happily pay that for one of the sets, because at the end of the day, they're not just stamp sets, they are stamp and die sets.
Yep, that's true.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to add my base layer onto my matten layer first, and then I'm going to decoupage my other layer over the top. Just so I find it a little bit easier.
Oh, it looks really effective.
Doesn't it look fab? Yeah. We're going to bring it to life even more. So what we're going to do is going to take our pokey tool. You could use a ball tool and a foam shaping mat, but I always find it easier just to shape using my pokey tool. Just using that sort of cylindrical barrel, and all I'm doing, and with our Nina card being 216 GSM, it shapes really nicely. I'm just rounding off the edges ever so slightly to give it even more shape onto there. So when we lay it over the top, not only is it going to be dimensional, but it's going to have that sort of curvature to it as well. Don't worry about the fact that on the reverse you can see alcohol pen through. That's completely normal. That's what we expect when we colour with alcohol pens. You should always be able to see the ink through the other side. That's just sort of normal. It just shows the alcohol ink is going sort of from the front to the back rather than spreading outwards, which is not what we want. And you might have noticed, I didn't mention earlier, but when I colour with alcohol pens, it's always a good idea to have a sheet of cardstock. It doesn't have to be Nina cardstock. It can be it can be cheap copy of paper if you like, just under the piece that you're colouring in. It just means that it's always good to have a porous surface under the piece you're colouring, so it gives the ink somewhere to go, so the ink goes downwards rather than pooling outwards. So never colour onto something like a glass mat. Always have something that is non-porous, so just a sheet of cardstock or paper underneath, just to give you the best finished result. Now obviously that looks a little bit bizarre because we've not coloured in all of that image. I mean, it looks fabulous around the outside, but the centre not so much. And then we come to lay that die over the top, the die cut piece, and it all starts to come together, and it's nice and easy to line
That's
up.
really great.
Because we've used the same stamp, of course it's going to fit over perfectly. Just take a second just to line it up, and then look how fabulous that looks with a little bit of shaping and our foam pads. And if we view it from the side, we can see ever so slightly, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but you can see a little bit of that pen, so it is a good job that we coloured just around the outside. But obviously we can't see any of the centre, so we didn't need to colour that full image. So that's our topper. We're going to leave that to one side for just a moment, and then we're going to bring in some pattern papers. I believe these are from an old subs box. I have to say, I do love my subs box's pattern papers. Even once I've sort of not using the other elements from the subs box. I love the papers that we have in there. So that's from one of our older subs boxes. And then I've just got some red paper, red cardstock, same that I use for the mat and layer for our giraffe. And the reason being that I've picked out these particular colours, I tend to choose my paper colours first before I choose the pen colours. So I've picked out the colours in the giraffe for that backing paper, and then obviously the red flowers are coming into play with my mat and layer onto there. I'm going to pop this onto a card base. This is some Centura Pearl 7x7 inch card base. So like Becky was saying earlier, we can really create nice big cards, real mantelpiece pleasers even, real show-stopping big size cards. Because these stamps and dies are such a nice size, they really will take centre stage even on your larger format projects like we've got here. Of course, that could be your white multi-purpose card. I have to say I prepped this demo before I got my hands on the A3. So,
yes, but do you want to use it, or do you want to keep hold of it?
Well, the amount I'll be ordering, it should be all right. It was quite funny. Yesterday morning, we had sort of the email came out saying this is actually coming to stock now. Yeah. We're going to be showing it on the shows. The second that email come through, my order was going straight in. I've been waiting for this card stock. I cannot tell you how long. I joined Crafters Companion, it's about just over 11 months ago now. Really? And yeah, and I remember it was one of the first things I said to one of the team. I said, is there any chance, and it was when it was still called it stamping card. Yeah. I said, please can we have the stamping card in A3? Please, please, please. And I remember when I got the email saying, yeah, we're going to sort of put this into development, it's going to happen. And that was months ago, months and months and months ago. And I've been waiting to actually finally see it in the flesh. I knew it was coming, and I've wanted to say something for goodness knows how long. So finally to get into stock, it's like, oh, thank goodness. So goodness knows how many of those I'll be ordering. I tend to order 3 packs of the A4 at a time. So,
do you?
Oh yes, it'll be at least 4. Before I pop this onto here though, I've actually got a piece of almost like Hessian. I found this in my crafty stash. Goodness knows where this has come from. I have sort of like an embellishments and ribbon drawn. I was looking through the other day and I thought, oh, not quite sure where this has come from, but I thought this is quite nice just to add a little bit of extra texture. Hessian, I tend to use more of a brown Hessian, so I'm not quite sure where the whites come from, but I'm sure you guys at home will have a lot of little embellishments like this. Just think a little bit different from using ribbon or thread or twine all the time. It's a little bit of a nightmare to get the backing of your red liner tape off. I thought red liner tape was probably the best thing to stick it, with it being quite fibrous. Your hot glue gun probably would do the trick as well. Tacky glue, you probably will have to wait for it to dry. So something like red liner tape's nice and instant. We're just adding that to the centre.
That works really well with all those colours,
doesn't it?
And the texture as well. It's quite nice to have that. It's not textured paper behind it.
It looks
like it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's all those textures coming into play just to give your cards and projects more interest. I mean, he's got a real textured feel to it, so it's just bringing it all together. And it's a little bit more masculine than perhaps ribbon, so perfect for your masculine mates as well. And I've got one of the sentiments. I think I'm going to have it down on that bottom corner. So I'm going to get one of my smaller foam pads. We've raised up our stamped image by 1 layer of foam pads, and just to get this standing proud a little bit more, I'm going to add 2 layers of foam pads onto this particular section. So on that left-hand side where it overlaps, we'll just need the 1 layer of foam pads. Okay. Something a little bit, could be a masculine card if you want it to be, but something a little bit of texture, a little bit of dimension, using those fabulous illustrated animal stamps. But it looks, I'd say it's quite a strong card, a really striking card, but quite simple in terms of your mats and layers. But how fab does that illustrated animal look with a bit of dimension?
Lovely, that's brilliant. Really like that. Could you get all your demos together for demoing the show? And I'll show you these boards again so you can see all of these beautiful stamps and die sets. So over 75% saving you've got on here. So this one is your Welcome to the World with this beautiful butterfly. Then you've got Believe in Yourself with the unicorn. Dream Big with this great elephant, which is really pretty. You can sort of colour in all sorts of different ways. This is the giraffe that Lily was just using. This is the Born to be Wild one. And this is your A Hoot with that lovely owl on there. And that looks like we've got these, where we've sort of decoupaged up here, we've sort of made it look very much like he's lifting his wing up. So these are £14.40 or $16.80. So really, really good price. Definitely worth popping in your basket. We're going to do a demo of the show vote. So if we go over to to Lily. She'll show you all of her demos that she's done today. It's going to be it is always a toughie, isn't it? It's always a difficult one to choose.
Yep, so we have got demo number 1 was our fabulous Lee Holland cute scene stamp and dies with our diorama card. That is demo number 1. Demo number 2 was using our trifold apertures, using those adorable little doggies, just having a little conversation. That is demo number 2. And demo number 3 is the one we've just popped together using our fabulous illustrated animals. That is demo number 3. So 1, 2 or 3, get those votes in.
Fantastic. So get your votes in. We're going to take a quick break and then we'll be back with a few more deals.
I have to tell you, every single person works tirelessly behind the scenes, and I can't just give a shout out to one person, because for me it has to be John, Tracy and Jake.
Going to give a shout out to our backstage hero, and I'm actually going to say heroes. It has got to be our product coordination team. It's got to be.
Because without those 3 people, when we're on air, we wouldn't be able to function like we do. They make sure we have everything we need, right from the samples to the product to having a drink of water throughout the show. They really look after us.
You see us day in, day out, 7 days a week, live on TV. We're crafting away, we're hopefully inspiring you. Every single card, every single product, every single tool that we touch has come from product coordination. Those guys are the unsung hero. They're there making sure we have the products, we have the inks, we have the tools, we have everything that we need. We have the power to actually work our Gemini ranges. The smooth running of behind the scenes of Crafters TV is all down to our product coordination team.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Draw, decorate, and customize your world with the colorful Spectrum Noir acrylic paint markers. Each premium paint marker gives opaque coverage on ceramic, glass, wood, and let's not forget paper, cardstock, and canvas. These versatile markers are filled with highly pigmented premium water-based paint, offering beautiful, rich, and smooth coverage. The colors can be blended together, and the fast-drying opaque paint is ideal for layering. A 3mm bullet tip offers smooth strokes, and a precision valve mechanism allows rich and consistent flow with no clogging. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Hello everybody, welcome back. I hope you're having a lovely Saturday. We have the winner of the demo of the show. So, I can't play the drums. Can you tell me? It's not very good. It's just me banging my ring of, yeah, bang, bang, bang. I'm not surprised because we've had lots of people saying how much they love that particular card, but the winner of demo of the show is demo number 3.
Demo number 3, the one we've just done using
well
our
done.
lovely illustrated animals.
which is gorgeous. I'm not surprised. We'll do demo of the day in the masterclass, because obviously on the last show we won't have a demo, because we'll be showing all the different bags with Tiffany. Now we do have the Riddle Me This promotion going on. So we do have this riddle. You need to work out what the answer is, and then go to the website, put in the product into the search terms, and you will then find that product with a fantastic deal. So have a look at it, see if you can work out what it is. If anyone knows, pop that answer into the comments below. I am a collectible surprise you just cannot miss, jam-packed with projects and colourful bits. Watercolour, rainbow brights, sparkle and more. Pick up your favourite to sketch, colour and draw. What am I? Wow, it's a toughie. It's a toughie. But I'm sure some of you know. We might show what the answer. Okay. We might show you the answer in Masterclass, so do stay tuned for that, because it's a stonkingly good deal. We really don't want to be missing out on that. So do stay tuned for Masterclass at 2 p.m, 9 a.m. or 6 a.m. We do have our weekend super saver, which is this bundle we've got just here. We've got 6 of these different dies. These are our folding, lattice folding dies that we've got available for you. So we have the star, the lattice, the double diamond, the chevron. We've got the star, the double diamond, the chevron, the circle, opulence and double loop. The price for this is £20.80 or $25.60, and that is a platinum price. That is a 45% saving and the best ever price we've ever done for this. So really, really worthwhile popping those into your bags. The next thing we've got are your Lee Holland stamp and dies, which we showed you at the very start of the show. These are absolutely gorgeous. So this first one is Spring Has Sprung, and in answer to Suzanne Dawn, yes, they are available separately. You don't have to buy them in the bundle, but the bundle is a best deal for you to get those, but you may possibly already have one. But these should be £16.99 each, and you're getting them for a fabulous price. So this is Spring Has Sprung. This next one is On Your Special Day, with those little mice. You're getting all those dies and the stamps together as well to make those beautiful designs that you saw Lily coming up with earlier on. Then we've got Family Time here. Obviously, these stamps, they're a little bit strange because they've been used, but your ones won't look like that. They look perfect when you get those. And then this last one is Birthday Wishes here. And so platinum price is £20.60 or $28.80, and Lily has some finished samples of these to show you to see what they look like.
Absolutely, and these samples are truly, truly stunning. It just goes to show how beautifully these look when you start to layer up all those different images, start to build up your scenes, bringing in your backgrounds, bringing in your pattern papers, and of course the sentiments are included in the collection. But whatever your choice of colouring medium, perhaps you are getting some of your tri-blend brush pens that we've got on today's show. These are going to look absolutely stunning. But you saw in that first demonstration how easy they are to colour in and build up your scenes. Perhaps you're creating little stepper cards like this. Of course, we can be creating our concept cards like we created our diorama card in that first demonstration. But I think these are perfect for use with any alcohol-based medium, just to get that real vivid colour onto there. It makes the images really sing, and you can start to sort of look at the images and build up your own stories in your mind. You're giving characters to those little animals. They really do have so much personality within these images, and I think it's really obvious that Lee Holland, the artist, was and still is a children's book illustrator. I think that just is really obvious with these images. They have got so much character. Perhaps you want to be doing shaker cards as well. You can have lots and lots of fun when you're playing with these stamps and dies, because don't forget, each of the stamps has its corresponding die, so you can very easily cut those images out and just start to build up the most fabulous scenes like we've got here. But such a brilliant collection of stamps and dies. Love this range, just fabulous.
They're gorgeous, really lovely. I particularly like that shaker card. I think that's really effective with that sort of brown and sparkle. The other deal we have is this this is Ultimate Body Bag Collection. This is a huge deal that we're giving you here today with all your Tiffany bags inside it. So you will be getting this first one, which is your Barbara bag. So you can see here you've got all these clear bags, and they've all got Velcro on them, so you can see exactly what you've got stored in here. This next one is Deborah. So I'm just going to line them all up so you can see they're all here. Oops. This next one here is Irene. Then we have this one here, which is Sue. This one is Edna. Can't actually fit them all on the desk, that's so many. We've then got Shelley here. Then we have this one, which is your Teresa. This one here is Brandy. And then we have Katya here. And then you'll be getting Monica, which is this one here. And this large one, which is your lowest tote in pink, you'll be getting that for free. So this is a really, really good deal. £40 platinum price, or $56 altogether. And you can see I managed to fit everything in there, plus there was extra space. So this is wonderful. You know, the Tiffany bags, you're going to hear much more about these on the show later on today, but you're going to be able to see all the different things you can put in them. They're really sturdy. They've got the Velcro in them to keep everything in place. Because they're clear, you can see exactly what you're going to be getting inside them. So it's going to keep all your craft items all nice and tidy. You'll know exactly what you've got, rather than being like me, shoving them in the box and then sort of rummaging in the box a little bit later, trying to find the item that you've just tidied away. Don't be like me. Be more organised like Tiffany, because these are a really good deal. And I think Lily and I were both saying about getting some more. Lily's getting some, and I wanted to get a couple more. This is a really, really good way of doing that. And you can see everything's contained in here, so you put all your craft items in this bag and then pop them away, or perhaps you're going on a course or workshop and you've got everything contained in here. Now this is heavy, but this isn't going anywhere. These are nice and strong. They're waterproof as well, so great if it's a slightly rainy day like it is today. But this is a really great deal for you to have today. Yeah, brilliant price for platinum. So we'll have more about Tiffany later on today. So we have the trifold apertures, which you saw earlier today. These are really lovely. So these are the ones we've had with the little animals in there. Lily did that demo with a little dog. So the platinum price is £15.20 or $20 for all of these. And Lily's got some samples to show you exactly what they would look like when you're using them.
A sweet range of stamp and dies, and they create the most lovely concept cards, so that you almost go on a journey as you actually work with these stamps and dies. So you can see that lovely detail on the front, and I just love these sentiments. I'm owl yours. How cute is that? But as we open it up, we've got almost like a little hidden sentiment in the centre, your twit through kind. Aww. Bringing in some of our inks to create your own backgrounds onto there. But that trifold sort of system just gives your cards that little point of difference. And we were talking earlier about colouring up our doggies to make them into Dalmatians. How sweet does that look? Using my favourite sentiment, the wolf you. Absolutely love that. But it's just that something a little bit different. You've got the fact that the card opens up in that trifold system, gives you such a lovely, almost like kinetic card, if you like. If you want to think a little bit more traditional, perhaps a little bit less playful, a bit more serious, the butterflies are going to be perfect for there. Building up your scenes as well in the centre, using all those lovely sentiments onto there as well. But you saw earlier how easy it is to line up those apertures by die cutting the largest one first and then using that almost like a template to line up your smaller one in the centre. But of course you can be using these with other different sorts of concept cards, so creating almost like a bridge card here, but still having the different layers, using those sentiments, building up those borders and your embellishments. All those stamps are included within this collection. An amazing price, like under £20, platinum price £15.20. Absolutely incredible to be getting all of those stamps and dies. So many crafting possibilities, so cute as well. It's an absolutely fabulous collection. So if you've not got yours already, I'd definitely say have a little look at that one.
Offers great value, doesn't it? Really
Absolutely.
does. Absolutely. We also have some other deals for you to have a look at. So these are illustrated animal stamp and die, which you saw earlier today with the giraffe. So this is £14.40 or $16.80 platinum price. This is over a 75% saving, so it's a huge offer on there, and they're quite large stamps and dies as well. The next one we've got is a Gemini midi. So this is a really good item to have. You get 50 extra bonus points on that. It's a great price today as well. So I'll just quickly flick through to find out what my price is. But I'll show you in just a moment. So you've got, and we were saying about having the MIDI is really good because you don't have to use any electricity. So great if you're going to be doing that with the kids. So you get 50 free bonus points. That this platinum price is £48 or $78.40. So we just need to change the graphic where it says 100 free bonus points. It's actually 50. But even so, that will be the one that you know might push you into the next level. Just make sure you get the right one. And do remember, when you have a look at the website, we do have our penny sale. So do have a look at the items there, where you can buy an item and get another item just for 1 penny. Later on at 2 p.m, 9 a.m. or 6 a.m, we've got Masterclass with Lily. What are we going to do on that Masterclass?
Antics. I keep wanting to call it animal antiques. It's animal antics.
Well, like an old tortoise that's 150 years old.
Quite possibly. I don't know where that's come from, but it's animal antics, definitely antics. We're going to see some absolutely fabulous stamps, dies, all in the animal theme. We're going to do lots of colouring, so we're going to be bringing out our tri-blend brush pens again. Lots of different techniques. Going to be doing layering with our pens, using greys and undercoat on some of our colouring. Lots of different concept cards. Going to be boxes in there. Lee Holland. Absolutely tons. I'm really excited about this one. I think we've got something for everyone on that show. Really cute, not quite so cute, a bit more grown up as well. So it's going to be a great masterclass. So I really hope you can join us at 2 o'clock for some animal antics, not antiques.
Or perhaps you do have an antique animal. Perhaps you want to let us know how old you've got a cat that's about 320 years old. We don't know. So you can let us know. Yeah, you might have a tortoise that's 50 years old. I think somebody I know bought a house with a tortoise.
No
That's
way.
how it worked, yeah.
Gosh, Matt,
they last for such a long time. But before we go, we do want to just let you have a look at the Riddle Me This. It's absolutely true. They sold the house with the tortoise. So if you just work out what the riddle is, then you can go to the website, pop in on the search term what the item is, and you'll find a fantastic deal. So the riddle is, I am a collectible surprise you just can't miss, jam-packed with projects and colourful bits. Watercolour, rainbow brights, sparkle and more. Pick up your favourite to sketch, colour and draw. What am I? Now, I have noticed that there is a little message on the chat, so I think somebody has got it. So if you don't know what it is, maybe go and have a look on the comments. I don't know whether it's on YouTube or Facebook, but have a look at the comments and see if you can find out what it is. And we'll see you back a little bit later on. So we'll see you at 2 p.m. And we've also got Totally Tiffany later tonight at 6 p.m. So we're going to be going through all the different bags. And obviously you're going to remember you've got that wonderful deal with that great sort of bundle there. So check out your baskets, have a cup of tea and a lunch, and we'll see you back in an hour. Bye.